Bricc, let's just get to brass tacks.
Hold on, man.
We've talked about Cracker Barrel. We love Cracker Barrel. But it would appear that you've been going through some wild stuff. And it feels like we need to talk about this. The people probably want to hear us commentate on this. What's the last week of your life been like? And not even really like a whole week. It's been like
3 days. 5.
Yeah, because, okay, just to put the timeline down, me and Wack do the podcast on Thursday at like 5.
That was right after the indictment, right?
Right after the indictment, but right before they pick up Durk. And so then we kind of do the whole podcast. It's like the best performing Adam and Wack show we ever did, but we don't know about Durk during it. Then as soon as we get done, Wack starts aggressively texting me and Remo saying, hey, they got Durk too. We're like, who's your source? He's like, I can't say exactly. And so we held off on posting it.
You know who the fuck his source is. Go ahead.
I don't. I'm not 100% sure.
We know.
The feds?
Go ahead.
You tell me.
Yes.
Oh, that was different than I thought.
You said the feds. I said yes. Go ahead.
So you think he's directly communicating with them?
If he can't tell you who the source is and he know they picked up Durk and nigga 2 seconds after they pick him up. I mean, you tell me. I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of people that could have potentially told them, right?
I thought it was Flacco.
Hey, what I'm trying to tell you is he always has the jail content first. Just continue.
But,
I'm not trying to
the
prove
funny
him a
thing about
snitch.
that is that we're all talking about it in the No Jumper group chat, having the conversation of should we post this or not, even though it's just a rumor. We don't really have any evidence to back it up. Meanwhile, Flacco immediately goes to his Twitter and starts acting like he has an inside source that told him for sure. I'm like, you're just using the source that I'm putting out there, and I'm making it clear that we don't know if we 100% believe in it.
Rebo in the long way case.
He doesn't give a fuck. He just sends that
Rebo
shit.
just puts the shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, some of his shit is
no.
up to date, but the long way shit, I said, hey, it was fake news. He's like, shit, it's already up.
No, here's the
I'm
thing,
like,
though,
bro, come on.
now the fools could use the word allegedly or it would appear as if, you know what I mean? Like,
And the thing
is
about
what
it
it
is
is.
there's so much misinformation and fake shit going on with this Durk thing in particular that it's like there's not that much of like a penalty to be received if you do get something wrong, because it's like everyone is just getting shit wrong left and right.
Like
So-
Jam. Like nobody knows for sure what the fuck Jam did.
And I'm already feeling bad about my free Durk verse because I threw his ass under the bus. I'm probably going to have to say sorry if it
really?
turns out
Because
he
I
didn't
think
do
it's
it.
pretty, what?
He's denying it, and it seems like other people are denying it as well. Like, other people are kind of saying that they're doubtful about the idea of Jam wearing a wire.
Okay, no,
Who was
okay.
Other people in the camp? Because I see people in the camp. That's how I found out somebody was wearing a wire. I didn't find out I was going through one of my close friends' story, and they like, oh, been wearing a wire the whole time. But it said like 067 smooth or something.
Okay, I've read the indictment front to back several times. Where in the indictment does it have, at this point, anything that alludes to a wire?
It doesn't.
Okay.
Right. People made that up, basically,
Okay.
right? Out of thin air. And people...
Nobody
like,
wears wires anymore.
I saw a guy with like a tweet. They got like 100,000 likes that was basically just like, damn, OTF Jam was wearing a wire for 5 years straight. That motherfucker was sleeping and shitting wearing a wire or something like that. Like 100,000 likes. There's no evidence that it's true, but it's like just spreading like absolute wildfire. There's no containing the
I'm
misinformation
the
at
one
this
that
point.
led the feds to him. Let them tell it.
Okay, so
There's no fucking nothing that says, well, after reviewing a Bricc Baby post, we decided to take down the whole OTF.
well, look, I have a lot of questions for you, but two things I want to point out.
And
Before
shout out
you
to
even start the question.
anybody who wants to send their donations. We want to represent the opinions of the fans. So for
y'all
for
put me on
$5,
trial?
you can tell
No.
Bricc Baby whatever you think. No, because I've hung out with you.
Come on, bitch.
I've been in communication with Bricc like this whole time, aside from the day where everybody got picked up. There was a noticeable 8-hour or more gap in our communication, which I found intriguing.
Okay, so after the show and I see they all got wrapped up, I popped his head and pulled the line. I was asleep when y'all was doing that. You remember
Really?
I woke up at 1 in the morning, right when Act was ending the stream and I was about to call in. So I went on stream because everybody, I heard, like my phone, like the chat, I know the chat could go crazy for nothing. So I'm like, all right, the chat's going crazy. When I look over, I'm like, okay, that's work chat. Da, da, da. Then you got Conrad calling back to back to back to back.
Calling you back to back.
Because Gordy talk about, make sure Bricc did go to jail.
No, we were worried.
Yeah.
But he responded to me. He responded to me, and I was like, okay, he's cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that, bro.
So you decided to get on Sleepy Time Conrad mode in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I went to sleep at like 6.
Which we don't normally know you to do.
I told you, I stuffed myself with drugs.
Why? You could have died.
That's because that's a lot of anxiety.
But you didn't even know about the
What's
Fed
a lot
case
of
yet.
anxiety?
Oh, wait, I guess you just found out.
It wasn't even that. Yeah, it was that.
So I'm wrong by saying it's anxiety?
So it stressed you out so much finding out about the Fed case that you said, I'm going to just intoxicate myself to the point where I won't wake up for 8 hours.
No.
Sounds fun, honestly.
I just got hired because the homies got wrapped up. I'm like, damn.
That's what I was
this
saying.
is pull up for the homies type shit.
There
You know what I'm
was
saying?
a time period in there, though, where I was kind of like, it makes way more sense that Bricc is being interrogated in a federal holding cell at
Right
this
now.
moment
Yeah.
than anything else. Because why else? Like, granted, you are horrible at picking up your phone and shit, but you're horrible at picking up your phone and like responding to texts in the case of like, you won't see the group chat for an hour or two.
Yeah.
Usually if you call, you can get
Yeah.
Bricc on the line.
Yeah,
But there was a moment where I was like, oh, like this seems more probable than not.
I'm an all-day vibrator. So it's
Pause.
like
Okay, I know I blew the
The
whistle
pause
last time
era
on
is
pause,
over,
but that
bro.
seems like a pretty relevant one. Was it? Yeah, okay. I see Co-Conspirator dropping donations. Wasn't he supposed to drop a diss track? Whatever happened to that?
Copper wants to be my friend. I told you.
But he put out a trailer for the diss track, and then I never saw the diss track. What
Somebody
the fuck
said
is
it.
that?
He said he got something coming.
Like, fool, don't drop that. That shit's fucking ass, bro.
Yeah.
He hit
It's
me up
fucking ass,
because I
fool.
had posted I stumbled across a
It's all
video of
shout
the pass me the balloon, fool. Like there's a little viral clip of that. So I put it on my story like this was a moment because it was funny. And then Copa responded to my story and he's like, oh, I know you wrote that shit, ha ha ha. And I was like, actually, I swear to God, I didn't.
Right.
You feel me?
It's been like 3 months since that cipher came out. Doesn't that time fly?
3 months?
Something
Nah.
like that, right?
Nah, that's like September, right?
Because oh shit, I'm not gonna be able or I gotta just search for it.
That was September. I
No
want to say.
jumper cipher. Oh, 1 month. Never mind. Time does not fly quite like I thought it did.
3 months.
Nah, but bro, so much has happened.
6
since
weeks
then.
in, and you're like 10 songs in to your rap career.
I know. I have
How
like
do you
mad.
feel?
I'm like ready to stop rapping because I have all this unreleased stuff. And I'm like, okay, I need to like not record and not shoot. I need to just
you
kind of put this stuff out and see what happens.
Every song's not a hit, Adam. You
I
have
know.
to, like the one we did. We have to start back over. Some it's hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you have to do 20 to pick 10.
Look at the eulogy. Look how he spelled eulogy. EOLOG.
Eology
Okay.
this next week.
Compa, I'm going to be real with you. You need to leave the country because your spelling sucks.
No, look, me and Compa had this thing where I was doing word of the day and I was sending him a different vocabulary word every day. And they were
Right.
like,
Well, send a
big
eulogy
words.
tomorrow.
I think we should restart. That's my boy,
Hey, that's
man.
how you gonna spell it on the. You need to change the graphics on the. We gonna help you out here. Do not drop it spelled like that. If it's called the
Eulogy.
eology,
Eology.
eology.
Okay, let's stop talking about his ass.
Okay.
Well, we never talked about his ass.
Well, so
yet.
there's two things on the Durk indictment. Before I get on Brick's melon real quick. Two things.
Melon rhymes with telling.
Ooh.
In case you want to put that together later.
My ex
And
bitch is
felon.
named Helen. So there's two things that I want to bring up that people are saying are really important. I've watched a lot of different lawyers and analyzed the Durk case, and they said the two most important things are going to be the text message that Durk sent, where he said, "Don't be using any of cards associated with me for this," and there's a lot of ambiguity in that text right there because it doesn't necessarily signify that
he talking about booking A flights.
right.
That has nothing to do with
That's going to be like a big point of contention
and
right there.
murder for hire. When did the money? You got every overt act except for the money being dispensed.
Well, and they say that
I mean dispersed.
they said that Vonnie discussed at the burger stand afterwards the
That's
payments.
cool. All that's hearsay.
Right,
Where
that's
did
hearsay.
the money go?
Right.
Because if it's murder for hire and ain't nobody got hired, nobody got they hired, and what the fuck?
Well, and then
It's
there's the
just
other
a
thing.
murder. It's just 187. Y'all putting extras on top of the shit.
But as far as Durk specifically being implicated in this, that text right there is the most damning thing, as well as the fact that the day he got wrapped up, he booked multiple flights. He booked a flight to Italy.
He was confused.
Okay, no. There's a flight booked in his name on a private jet to Italy, and there's also 2 flights, one booked to, I believe, Switzerland, and one booked to Dubai.
Ain't that like all like 30 minutes away from each other in the same country, right?
Well,
in
he
my
got
mind,
Milan and Dubai mixed up.
He's probably booking one and then being like, oh, fuck, they have an extradition policy with the U.S. So then he's like, I'm going to buy another one.
All of those had
No,
extradition
They all
policies.
do, right?
This is the point. This is the point.
That's
There's
weird.
only
None
a
of them
few.
were
He needed to go to Russia.
No, listen.
Putin would take care of him.
No, how
That's
about
a whole
this?
country of
How about
killers.
this? You go to the Florida Keys, you catch those dudes coming in on a submarine, and take me back to Cuba with you, motherfucker.
We all live in a yellow submarine.
Take me back to Cuba in the dope smuggling boat. That way, you could take your Drake and you could take a handgun, a chopper, and some money. You should be good.
I feel like my life might be better if I just went to like Cuba and became like a Twitch streamer out there.
There's only
I might be happier.
You might be.
It would be better than doing 20 years for organizing a
type
murder.
of plantain in you.
Well,
There's only a few.
into that.
There's only a few countries that have like that actually won't extradite you, or that have anti-extradition policies.
Russia.
Like, I believe Morocco,
Costa Rica.
There's a few of them, right? In South America, there's a few countries. However, the thing is, this is a big defense for Durk in this scenario.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, if like it's something when people find out that they're
Bad
friends with them,
news.
people associated with them are getting
They'll
wrapped
take
up.
a vacation.
They
They
will-
will get some fresh air.
Well, they'll book an international flight to see if it gets flagged. Because if they're flagged for like by the FBI for no international travel due to a warrant or things of that nature, their lawyer or them will be contacted by the FBI shortly after them booking it.
I heard
So,
when they start an
that's a
investigation
very
about you,
strong
they have to
defense.
tell you.
Well, yes.
Okay,
but
so what about him being picked up from the airport?
So
I
that
think he just was trying to go out of town.
that right there, he did get alleged. So he did get picked up in the vicinity of the airport, right?
If this is
So-
going to trial, him booking those flights isn't going to mean anything.
Nothing.
No, but that would
Can't
be
prove beyond reasonable doubt.
We also
with
don't
that.
even know if that's true,
There's plenty
realistically, right?
reasonable doubt.
no
in that.
as far as him being, as far as the things that are implicating him as guilt, those are like the 2 biggest things that you can see on the indictment and be like, these are enough reason to wrap this fool up. That's what
Didn't
they're
they
saying.
say that he caught the same flight as one of the dudes?
Well, so here's the thing.
No,
So-
I'm just saying, like,
Right, but here's the thing.
Hold on. What I mean is, I'm not saying it like it's him being guilty, but it's just like, okay, to prove that you didn't know what was going on, that's what makes it look sus. Like, because you and one of the dudes that got arrested before you got arrested was on a plane with you. So him not knowing what they into, once again, on some slime shit, traveling with the fucking thugs, you know what I'm saying? They get there, they go on their little rat, but it ties into him because they was on the
Really?
same.
There's a lot of ambiguity around that text message that Durk sent.
Right.
Because you could either say that he was alluding to the fact that, hey, don't buy these, don't buy anything associated with me because I don't want to be implicated in this because I'm a part of it, or I got nothing to do with this. I don't want to know about
For
anything,
sure, yeah.
regardless of if someone's on the same flight as him or not.
That's not enough. However, that would definitely be something that would be combined with a lot of different stuff. In particular, the snitches. Feels like
Correct.
without the snitches, there's not a lot to really go on because it's not like there's going to be a fucking recording of the moment that Durk asked for them to go kill this dude.
And co-conspirator
Sure.
number 4's role is the guy who Durk hit up. Now, why would
Wait,
Durk...
we know that Durk hit him directly to
Correct.
get the location?
No, co-conspirator before that, way before that, like originally, after Von, what happened to, Von was murdered, Durk made a call to co-conspirator number 4 and was like, we need to set this in motion. We need to, that's what the indictment is alleging.
It was
Okay.
like 5 people that was around when he said that.
Right. But
it said it wasn't a call. It wasn't a call.
But
They said that it was, they met it 2, 5, 4, and 1.
Right. And my question is, if co-conspirator number 4 is you, which is what people are alleging, why would he be reaching out to someone in LA when at that point it has really nothing to do with LA other than the fact that
He probably knew he wanted to get him in LA. It's like the most realistic place to
him
do it,
being
right?
associated with 6-0.
Yeah, I mean, with Quando being from 6-0, they would probably think co-conspirator number 4 was somebody that would backdoor him from 6-0 or something. You
Well,
get what
yeah.
I'm saying?
So
But I don't know. It can't be me. Read the date.
so
Okay, but there's a lot
I
of.
was on the bunk.
Okay, you said you were in jail, but then I had a bunch of people today hit me up saying, no, actually, he was in Atlanta. He said he was in Houston. He was.
When what you call it died, I was in Houston. When Pop died, I was in Houston. When Von died, I was in the county jail.
Okay.
Yeah. So the around the time of
Matter of
that
fact,
initial conversation.
Did he die? I got transferred to Las Vegas County Jail probably the next day. Because Draco had just got out of jail, like a couple days before Von died.
I want to say Von died July or August. I want to say July of 2020.
It was November.
Was it November?
Vaughn?
Yeah.
I mean, we can look it up right now.
It was
but-
definitely 2020.
It was October or some shit, 2020.
Yeah, it was.
sure.
It was like, because it was like right before COVID.
Yeah.
No, it was during COVID. It was like actually like COVID had been cracking because I was already out of rehab.
Yeah, it was during COVID.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
I went
yeah,
to
it
rehab.
was
Yeah, it
during
was
COVID.
after I got out of rehab because Pop Smoke was killed when I was in rehab.
He died on November 6, 2020.
Okay. So it was around that time that conversation was had.
I didn't get released from Las Vegas to Clark County Detention Center till like November 21st.
Okay. And this is like one thing that this has really made me think about a lot. Okay. I'm going to pull it all the way back to when I was a kid. I remember my dad telling me that he had a friend who worked at a grocery store, and there was some guys who were doing some big weed deal or whatever. And they basically like wanted to like use the loading area at the grocery store
A little doc in the butt.
to do some sort of transfer or whatever. And his friend, who was the manager of the grocery store, said, yeah, y'all can do it. I'll be the lookout. Got some money, presumably, for allowing this to happen. Ends up getting rolled up when they get caught and basically like ends up going to prison for like a long ass time. And my dad always used to tell me that in the sense of saying, don't be a dude who puts together some ingenious fucking plan to try to make money because the cops are smarter than you.
Do you think the story is true
That story?
that your dad used to tell you?
Some version of it. I don't know. Maybe the guy was more involved.
Yeah, I'm like, do you think he tells you that to tell you to mind your business, don't get in other people's business? Is it like a story
like a
that
parable.
was used? Yeah.
My dad had so little street experience that it's like I don't think he had any other stories like that. You know, it's not like he like really. He had never been involved in any like crazy criminal conspiracies
No, that's
himself,
not what I'm
besides the
saying,
one that
but,
got him a
like,
Fed
you know,
sentence.
like it's like the boy who cried wolf. Like one time it was a boy who cried wolf. Like me telling you this story, essentially, it might not be true, but it'll tell you like that type of shit
It's to
happens. in the
convey a
world.
message.
Fucking mind your business. Don't get involved with.
Okay,
nobody
well,
else.
I mean, I think he was telling me the story because he believed
that
that
it was true.
that was true.
That's what I was asking. You
Yeah.
think it was a real or